They told you that coffee is healthy since it benefits your heart, wakes you up, and sharpens your intellect. However, the reality is even more terrible if you are older than 60. In just 4 weeks, one variety of coffee increased artery-clogging cholesterol by 45 milligrams per deciliter, according to startling new research. It is nevertheless marketed as heart-healthy, despite another 72% increase in stroke risk in adults over 60. To make matters worse, 99% of seniors are clueless. While quiet harm continues to accumulate daily, they drink these coffees in the belief that they are safe. Despite researchers' cries to the contrary, big firms continue to market it as safe. One of these you've probably been drinking for years. The 4 harmful coffees will be exposed in this movie, and 4 life-saving ones that are supported by actual science rather than marketing gimmicks should be consumed by all seniors. I want to ask you 2 questions before we get started. To start, what type of coffee do you often drink? Second, do you ever use it without eating breakfast? Tell us in the comments section below. Every single one is being read, and we're responding with tailored guidance specifically for you. Let's start with the 4th worst coffee. It steadily poisons your kidneys and is sold everywhere. Flavored instant coffee mixtures are number 4. Flavored instant coffees may appear to be a harmless treat at first glance. They smell fantastic, are convenient, and even offer no sugar or extra vitamins. However, they fail to mention that these flavorful mixes are frequently packed with chemical ingredients that might subtly harm your metabolism, particularly after the age of 60. Propylene glycol, which is used to aid in the dissolution of the artificial flavors, is among the most hazardous substances in these coffees. It has been demonstrated that this molecule, a byproduct of petroleum, can lead to hazardous accumulation in elderly individuals with impaired kidney function. According to a 2022 study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who regularly drank flavored instant coffee were 39% more likely to develop insulin resistance, a disease that can result in type 2 diabetes. And that's not all. These flavorful mixes frequently include unidentified trans fats, such as hydrogenated palm oil, which over time can cause arterial plaque accumulation and subtly increase LDL cholesterol. Daily consumption of hydrogenated creamers, which are frequently found in flavored coffee mixes, raise the risk of heart attacks by 28% over a 5-year period, according to a long-term study published in the American Journal of Clinical Lipidology that followed 1,400 persons over 60. The balance of microorganisms in your digestive system that helps control inflammation and immunity is known as your gut microbiome, and even the artificial sweeteners in these mixes, such as sucralose or acesulfame potassium, might upset it. How can one avoid the trap, then? Do not use the flavored packets at all. Try adding a pinch of cinnamon or a drop of real vanilla essence to your regular brewed coffee if you enjoy the taste of hazelnut or vanilla. It is safer, more natural, and shields your heart, kidneys, and blood sugar from the silent harm that accumulates with each cup. Coffee with artificial non-dairy creamers comes in 3rd. The creamer you put in your coffee may be more harmful than the coffee itself, which may come as a shock. Many seniors over 60 who have lactose sensitivity opt for non-dairy creamers because they believe they are healthier. However, these creamers frequently include a hazardous blend of artificial oils, thickeners, and preservatives that are not recommended for everyday use by people, particularly elderly people. Titanium dioxide, a whitening agent frequently found in paint, is among the most concerning substances. Oxidative stress, a process that destroys tissues and speeds up aging, has been connected to this molecule in human cells. Within 4 weeks of being exposed to titanium dioxide, rats showed early symptoms of colon inflammation and cellular DNA damage, according to a 2021 study published in the Journal of Toxicological Sciences. However, it doesn't end there. Omega-6 fats, which can overpower the body's capacity to handle inflammation, are abundant in hydrogenated oils used to make the majority of non-dairy creamers. This imbalance can cause swelling legs, tight joints, and even cognitive deterioration in older adults. According to a study published in Aging Cell, older persons with higher omega-6 levels did 31% worse on memory tests than those with lower levels. Additionally, a lot of these creamers contain processed sugars like maltodextrin and corn syrup solids, which can cause an insulin rise in a matter of minutes. From what appears to be a simple splash of creamer, this results in a blood sugar roller coaster that produces immediate exhaustion, brain fog, and long-term weight gain. Steer clear of these bogus creamers completely to safeguard your health. Choose organic full-fat milk, or even unsweetened almond milk that has been supplemented with calcium and vitamin D if you need something creamy. Even better, sip it black and add a dash of pink salt for taste. By avoiding that 1 spoonful of chemical concoction, you'll have more energy, be more focused, and have a more tranquil tummy. Second, coffee that has been decaffeinated using chemical solvents. For seniors who wish to prevent jitters or safeguard their hearts, decaf coffee may seem like the safest option. However, the majority of people are unaware that not all decaf is made equally. In actuality, a hazardous substance known as methylene chloride, also utilized in paint remover and industrial cleansers, is used in the processing of a large number of decaf coffees seen in supermarkets. This substance is categorized by the EPA as a potential human carcinogen. Stanford University researchers discovered traces of up to 10 parts per million in well-known decaf brands, which is slightly below the FDA's standard but still dangerous for everyday intake, despite manufacturers' claims that the chemical evaporates during roasting. Studies have revealed that even trace exposure to methylene chloride can impair brain function, particularly in elderly persons, although the coffee business rarely discusses this. Long-term low-level exposure to methylene chloride raised the risk of cognitive impairment in seniors over 65 by 23%, said a 2020 study published in Environmental Health Perspectives. This solvent's ability to get through the blood-brain barrier, the barrier that protects your brain from dangerous substances, is the explanation. Once inside, it interferes with the mitochondrial process, which gives brain cells their energy. Symptoms such as abrupt confusion, headaches, lightheadedness, or even memory loss that resembles early dementia may result from that disturbance. However, the dangers don't end there. Additionally, methylene chloride strains the kidneys and liver, 2 organs that deteriorate with age. Because most people drink decaf every day without considering the method, this damage might quietly mount over time. A 2022 animal study shown that even low doses produced liver inflammation after 14 days. The answer? Choose decaf that using the Swiss water process, a chemical-free technique that eliminates caffeine without sacrificing flavor by using water, time, and temperature. Usually, the package has obvious labels for these selections. Chemical solvents are generally avoided by organic brands. If in doubt, check for the phrase methylene chloride free printed on the back. More than any pill, this one adjustment could improve memory, lessen brain fog, and preserve your liver. First place, boiling coffee without a filter. You might be surprised to learn that coffee with sugar or cream is not the most harmful for elderly people. It's the one that appears the most organic. One of the biggest threats to the heart health of seniors may be unfiltered boiled coffee, such as that made in a French press, Turkish pot, or even on a burner in the Scandinavian way. This is due to the fact that these techniques do not employ paper filters, which are the only means of capturing the dangerous substance known as Cafestol. Coffee oils naturally include a substance called Cafestol, which increases LDL cholesterol, the kind of cholesterol that causes plaque to accumulate in the arteries. People who drank unfiltered boiled coffee had a 30% higher chance of dying from cardiovascular disease than those who drank filtered coffee, according to a 2020 study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology. In those over 60, the effect was most pronounced. After only 4 weeks of regular ingestion, LDL cholesterol rose by as much as 45 millars per deciliter. Even if you eat a healthy diet overall, that surge can silently tighten your arteries, elevate blood pressure, and increase your risk of stroke. Additionally, unfiltered techniques might aggravate acid reflux, a prevalent problem among older persons, by irritating the stomach lining and tending to concentrate the coffee's oils and acids. Chronic inflammation of the digestive tract, ulcers, or gastritis can result from this stimulation over time. Even worse, when subjected to high heat, aluminum or uncoated metal pots used in some ancient ways can leach metals into your drink, severely taxing your kidneys. The remedy is straightforward but effective. Make the switch to filtered brewing techniques, such as paper filter using pour-over systems or drip coffee makers. Without significantly altering the flavor, that one thin layer captures the Cafestol and shields your arteries. A strong, rich cup is still possible, but it doesn't include the secret weapon of artery-clogging oils. For those who adore their French press, consider using a filtered approach that involves changing the paper filter disc a few times a week or inserting it into the press. This minor change can lower your risk of cardiovascular disease, enhance digestion, and prolong the energy boost of coffee without causing long-term harm or crashes. Let's reverse the situation now that you are aware of which coffees may cause silent harm to your kidneys, heart, and brain. Not all coffee is bad for you. When made properly, some coffee varieties can actually improve muscle strength, safeguard memory, and reduce the risk of traumatic disease. However, you must be fully aware of which ones to select and how to use them. The top 4 coffees that every senior should drink on a daily basis are listed below. 4th place. Arabica medium roast, organic. Compared to dark roasts or Robusta mixes, organic medium roast Arabica coffee served with clean, filtered water can provide seniors with tangible, quantifiable health benefits. The distinct mix of antioxidants that are maintained at this roast degree without being overburned is what distinguishes this coffee. More chlorogenic acid, an antioxidant that lowers inflammation and enhances glucose metabolism, is found naturally in Arabica beans. According to a 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients, seniors who drank 2 cups of Arabica coffee per day had a 19% decrease in systemic inflammatory markers and a 27% lower risk of type 2 diabetes than those who did not. This chemical is sufficiently preserved in medium roasts without the burnt, acidic byproducts that are sometimes found in darker roasts. Additionally, making your coffee with clean, filtered water guarantees that you're not consuming too much chlorine or heavy metals, which over time can exacerbate renal stress and cognitive decline. Lead or copper can seep into tap water due to aging pipes in many homes, particularly in older structures. This can contaminate your coffee while it's brewing. Making your coffee with purified water is therefore a safeguard for your long-term cellular health and neurological system. Choose a drip machine with a paper filter or a leisurely pour-over method for brewing. These methods reduce the bitterness that can upset sensitive stomachs while maximizing antioxidant retention. You will reap the full rewards if you take it black. However, if you like a little cream, consider adding a little full-fat grass-fed milk or B-vitamin fortified unsweetened oat milk. In addition to waking you up, this coffee can help maintain stable blood sugar, shield your arteries, and lessen the silent inflammation that causes aging to occur from the inside out. Cold brew concentrate is number 3. For those over 60, cold brew coffee is liquid gold for the digestive system, despite its stylish appearance. When compared to hot brewed coffee, the 24-hour cold extraction method lowers the acid concentration by as much as 70%. In a study of 400 elderly people with acid reflux, gastroenterologists at Mount Sinai discovered that 89% of them could drink cold brew without experiencing any symptoms, even if they had been unable to handle ordinary coffee for years. A distinct chemical profile is produced by the gradual extraction process. When hot water strikes coffee grinds, bitter quinic acids are left behind, while caffeine and antioxidants are extracted by cold water. This implies that you enjoy all the advantages without experiencing any gastrointestinal distress. According to UC Davis research, cold brew coffee has 40% more chemicals that increase metabolism than hot coffee, which is especially advantageous for elderly people whose metabolisms normally slow down with age. Researchers are astonished by the antioxidant profile. Malanoidins, which are substances created when amino acids and sugars undergo the Maillard reaction, are present in exceptionally high concentrations in cold brew. In particular, these molecules guard against macular degeneration brought on by aging. According to a 5-year study, seniors who regularly drank cold brew had a 31% lower chance of vision loss than those who did not. For elderly folks, concentration is crucial. By diluting cold brew concentrate, you may precisely regulate how much caffeine you consume. For a mild morning energy boost, mix 1 part concentrate with 3 parts water. For an afternoon boost, mix 1 part concentrate with 1 part water. Because caffeine levels rise with aging, this accuracy is important. Caffeine is cleared by your liver 33% more slowly at 60 than it is at 30, so controlling your intake is essential to preventing jitters or disturbed sleep. For elders, storage makes cold brew ideal. The concentrate can be stored in your refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, saving you the trouble of brewing every day. This means coffee without fumbling with hot water or sophisticated machines for people with arthritis or limited movement. Simply pour, thin, and savor. For maximum convenience, many seniors batch brew once a month and freeze portions in ice cube trays. To get the most out of it, make it yourself. Medium roast beans should be coarsely ground. Combine 1 cup of the ground beans with 4 cups of cold water. Simmer for 24 hours, and then filter. Compared to hot brewed coffee, the result has 250% more magnesium, which is essential for bone health, muscular function, and heart rhythm beyond age 60. To increase calcium intake and further lessen acidity, add a little milk or a plant-based substitute. Coffee containing collagen peptides comes in second. This could be one of the most effective ways to improve your morning brew. You may turn your coffee from a simple beverage into one that actively strengthens your muscles, joints, and bones by just adding a scoop of hydrolyzed collagen peptides. The most prevalent protein in the human body, collagen, begins to drastically diminish beyond the age of 50. Many elderly suffer from joint stiffness, drooping skin, delayed wound healing, and even muscle weakness as a result of this decrease. However, incorporating collagen into coffee, particularly when consumed empty-handed, enables your body to absorb the amino acids more effectively and deliver them straight to the tissues that require repair. Actually, a 2020 study that was published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked 60 to 75-year-olds for 6 months. Individuals who took 10 grams of collagen peptides with coffee every day reported a 25% decrease in muscle soreness, a 40% improvement in joint mobility, and a discernible rise in hip bone mineral density. The explanation is that collagen contains essential amino acids, such as proline and glycine, which are building blocks that aid in the repair of connective tissue and cartilage. Collagen is ideal for coffee since it dissolves well in hot beverages and is almost tasteless, unlike some supplements. Additionally, the drink's warmth increases circulation, which facilitates the more efficient delivery of those nutrients to the tissues. Choose a collagen powder that is hydrolyzed for optimal absorption, comes from grass-fed animals or wild-caught fish, and has been third-party tested for purity and heavy metals. This is especially important because some less expensive products may have impurities that negate the benefits of the product. To improve muscle tone and recuperation, you can drink this combination first thing in the morning, before going for a walk, or before doing a light workout. It goes beyond simply looking youthful. Your entire body's structural health is supported by this tiny habit. Coffee that works with your biology rather than against it makes stairs easier, skin firmer, and joints quieter. The first is coffee with Ceylon cinnamon and MCT oil. Combining premium coffee with two strong anti-inflammatory ingredients, MCT oil and Ceylon cinnamon, is the most effective coffee combo for seniors. With this easy mixture, a regular cup becomes both a brain defender and a muscle-preserving elixir. Medium-chain triglycerides, or MCT oil, are a kind of fat that comes from coconut oil and is quickly absorbed by the body before being transformed into ketones. The brain uses ketones as an alternate energy source, particularly as glucose metabolism deteriorates with age. According to a 2021 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, seniors who incorporated MCT oil into their diets saw a 31% increase in working memory and cognitive flexibility in just 8 weeks. However, the advantages extend well beyond the brain. Additionally, by promoting fat metabolism rather than muscle breakdown, MCT oil helps maintain lean muscle, lower hunger hormones, and balance blood sugar. Preventing sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle that can make movement more difficult, balance more challenging, and injuries more likely, is crucial. The use of Ceylon cinnamon, the real cinnamon that differs from the common caseo type, provides an additional layer of vascular support, inflammation reduction, and blood sugar regulation. Cinnamaldehyde, a substance found in Ceylon cinnamon, improves circulation and raises insulin sensitivity. According to a 2022 meta-analysis published in Diabetes Research and Clinical Practice, daily Ceylon cinnamon consumption reduced lipids by up to 30% and fasting blood glucose by 18 mg per deciliter in older persons. This is a potent combination with coffee and MCT oil that battles the slow-moving inflammation, boosts mental clarity, and energizes the body. To create this coffee, boil your usual medium roast coffee with filtered water, then whisk in half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon and 1 tablespoon of MCT oil. If you want a foamy texture, blend it or give it a good toss with a spoon. To enhance attention and fat burning, consume it before meals in the morning. This coffee alters the way your cells work, not just waking you up. For seniors who wish to remain strong, lean, and sharp into their 70s, 80s, and beyond, it is the best tool available. You just learned which 4 coffees are the worst and which are the greatest for seniors over 60, based on actual data and scientific analysis. Think about changing your drinking habits today if you're consuming any of the unhealthy ones. One switch can protect your long-term memory, increase your vitality, and reduce your chance of stroke. Additionally, if you currently drink one of the better ones, you now know how to improve it for even greater advantages. We'd like to hear from you now. What kind of coffee do you typically drink, and how do you feel about it? From today's video, are you going to attempt something new? Please leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. We enjoy listening to them. Thank you for viewing.